Let's start in Carolina. Donovan McNabb and the Philadelphia Eagles playing without Michael Vick for the first 2 weeks of this season, taking on Jake Delhomme, who had a horrid playoff performance last year. Multiple turnovers as the Panthers were one and done after such a promising 2008 season. 2009 starts like this. Delhomme throwing over Steve Smith, but there's a flag on the play. Jaquay Parker, that's why he was overthrown.
Yeah, you got to stay off the head.
Right on the face mask. Drive stays alive. 4 plays later. 8th play of the drive. D'Angelo Williams on 3rd and 1 picks up the first down. 4 plays later. 12th play of the drive. It's 4th and 1. John Fox says go for it. And Jonathan Stewart picks it up. 2 false start penalties puts the Panthers back on the 11. But when you've got D'Angelo Williams, that's no big whoop on the kid.
No. Give it to the guy. Let him cut. Good vision, good speed around the corner. He's going to the pylon.
Touchdown, D'Angelo Williams had 18 of those last year on the ground. There's his first of the year, capping off a 13-play, 70-yard drive, 7-0 Panthers next possession. Delhomme behind Steve Smith this time. It's picked by Sheldon Brown.
This is where the party begins, and the first thing you do as a defensive back, get to the sideline and get as many yards as you can.
Nice catch by Sheldon Brown. Also, a couple of tips right there. That led to a David Akers field goal. The Eagles are on the board 7-3. Second quarter, next possession for the Panthers. Delhomme succumbed by Trent Cole. Ball's loose. Victor Biamiri picks it up. That's an easy 6. And the Eagles are on top 10-7 on the defensive touchdown. Next Panthers possession, they're punting. So we saw some good offense. We saw some good defense. Here's some quality special.
One thing you do as a punt returner, as a punt return team, you want to keep the Flyers out of the returner's face and let him do the rest. And he can make people miss.
The he being Deshaun Jackson, 85 yards and a flag football touchdown, it seemed. Eagles now on top by 2 scores. It would grow greater. Sheldon Brown, another pick of Jake Delhomme.
Yeah, evidently he just didn't see him because he undercut that play for a second interception. Put it away, Dion.
At least he made the tackle.
3rd turnover for Delhomme on the day, setting up Philadelphia 1st and goal from the 9. And here's McNabb. Play fake to Westbrook. Brent Selleck. Don't call me Mark. I'm in the end zone. Touchdown. Eagles rolling 24-7. Next possession. How many times do we wait this long to show Brian Westbrook at Philadelphia Eagles highlight?
Yeah, look at the blocking downfield. Boy, they just got a caravan out in front of the guy.
What patience he showed on that run.
Westbrook, a 17-yard run, then a 16-yard run.
Receivers blocking.
That set up the Eagles 1st and 10 on the Panthers 18. 10th play of the drive. Westbrook finishes it off on the, is it shovel pass or shuffle pass?
Shovel like a shovel.
All right, very good. 10 play, 74-yard drive. We clear these things up. It's
we educate here.
They didn't see your hand gesture.
3rd quarter, Delhomme.
Oh, jeez, not again.
Akeem Jordan picks it off.
That's the Delhomme I know.
Eagles take over on the 10. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and goal.
Make it happen.
Here comes 5.
Make it happen.
Get it in.
McNabb.
Make it happen.
It's a McRib sandwich, though. He is in pain in the end zone. Knees into the chest. A fractured rib for Donovan McNabb. He would not return, and there's question as to when he might return with Michael Vick all suited and booted in the owner's box.
Yes.
Looking on.
Impeccably dressed, by the way.
This is going to get interesting.
Yes, it is, to say the least.
So McNabb leaves the game. Delhomme stayed in the game.
No.
To throw another pick, Asante Samuel. That would be the end of the day, however, for Delhomme. 4 picks on the day for Delhomme. The Eagles crushed the Panthers. Carolina and Atlanta. Matt Ryan taking on Jake Delhomme, who had that 5-turnover performance in week number 1. This is the uniforms from the Falcons' inaugural season, 1966.
Jamie wore that one.
Tommy Nobis.
Jamie Dukes.
There's Tony Gonzalez right there, the touchdown. They're really getting to love him in Atlanta real fast. 10-7, Carolina's up, however, when Gonzalez seems to come up, in his estimation, with a touchdown grab. With a grab, and he runs in.
Talk him into it, Tony.
Well, he talked him into a challenge, and you know what? That is a catch, but because the play was whistled dead, he just gets the ball there. Nothing that happens after that is to Atlanta's credit. 10-7 is the score after that catch. Now it's just Jason Snelling who's snelling the end zone.
Snelling.
You like that?
Nice little Texas route.
Next possession for the Falcons. There is Roddy White. in the end zone.
Good location with the ball. Put it on the body so you can't knock it down.
3 first-half touchdown passes. Clear best from Matty Ice, as they call him. Fourth quarter, Delhomme to Dante Rosario, and Rosario breaks the plane before losing the football. According to the refs on the field, let's take it to the replay booth, though. And Garth Felice goes down over the celebration.
Excuse me.
Watch what he does here. Watch what he does here when Musa tries to help in a way.
Get away from me. You got time for this.
So after further review, the play stood as called. And you know what? The Panthers, in a game where they were down quite a bit, touchdown. They're in this thing. It's just a one-score game, and with 3 and change to go, there's Delhomme to Steve Smith who had 131 yards receiving.
Delhomme played pretty well in this game, Rich.
And that was right at Mike Smith, the coach of the Atlanta Falcons, who had a front row seat.
Break it up.
That's why he knows not to challenge, because he saw it personally. Oh, jeez. I love that look. That's a great shot. Great look, guys. Then Jake Delhomme with 2 and change to go. That's his first interception.
That's a fourth down play. You know, you're trying to make a play here. Otherwise, he played pretty darn well.
Had to go for it on fourth down. Had to go for it on fourth down. And have to go for it here with 18 ticks to go. Delhomme to Musa Muhammad gets out of bounds. Hey, the Panthers have a crack at this thing.
They got a chance.
They've got a chance. A Hail Mary chance. Here's the Hail Mary.
Tip drill.
Brings down rain. Does it bring down points?
Knock it down!
It looks like it did. A very matter-of-fact, incomplete call by the official. And here's why it's a matter-of-fact. This angle shows you it wasn't even close.
You don't want to tip it up.
The ball hits the ground.
Down.
Panthers are 0-2, and they go to Dallas for the Monday Nighter next week.
Cowboys 21-7. They are now 2-1, and the Carolina Panthers fall to 0-3. We'll show you exactly how it happened. Tony Romo trying to bounce back from those 3 INTs a week ago. Jake Delhomme 6 turnovers in the season coming into the game. Second quarter, Delhomme looking deep, and Musa Muhammad. It's intercepted by Mike Jenkins, former first-round selection. Delhomme not very happy, as I mentioned, 6 turnovers coming into the game and an early interception right there. Next Carolina possession, Delhomme to the right side, finds Dante Rosario. He would have a big night. Next play, 1st and 10, this time from the shotgun, looking for the same guy. Nice look off, perfect placement, Rosario touchdown.
Back-to-back great throws by Jake Delhomme to Dante Rosario.
Not just great, Charles.
I mean, just
perfect.
They were absolutely perfect. The first one over the linebacker before his head could be turned, and you pointed out, Paul, holding the safety with a look one way and coming back the other and firing a strike to Rosario.
Third quarter, Jones with the handoff and runs down the left side. He will eventually be taken down at the Carolina 10-yard line, and that is a gain of 40 yards. 2 plays later, second goal, Romo to Tashard Choice. Make somebody miss and dive for the end zone. However, this play going to be challenged by John Fox.
Yeah, he's going to make sure that, hey, did he get in? Did we get him down before he got in?
Yes.
And he did. Knees are down, and it's a great challenge by Fox because he said, hold on, if he didn't get in, let's give us an opportunity to play a little bit of defense, make him earn it.
Yeah, clearly the knee down, and the call was reversed. 2 plays later, flag is thrown for a false start on rookie tight end John Phillips. Cowboys forced to kick a field goal. Jerry Jones not happy. Panthers in suing possession.
Right,
exactly. Suing possession. That's the first sack of the season for the Cowboys. Jay Ratliff getting it done. Cowboys next possession. Romo to the right side looking for Roy Williams. That's a gain of 23 yards all the way down to the Carolina 35-yard line. 5 plays later, Tashard Choice with the handoff. Right up the middle, little to the left, 5-yard touch. Cowboys take the lead 10-7. Steve Smith on the opposing sideline for the Panthers, trying to get his team fired up and avoid the 0-3 start. Next Dallas possession, 3rd and 11. Romo over the middle to Patrick Creighton. Just enough for a first down with a gain of 12. 3 plays later, Romo doesn't like what he sees downfield, has Tashard Choice out of the backfield, tackled by Captain Munnerlyn, but not until he gets the first down. That's down to the Carolina 33-yard line. Into the fourth quarter, here's Romo looking for Roy Williams. Almost comes up with it.
Yeah, but it was 2nd and goal inside the 1-yard line. Wondering why they're throwing the ball on back-to-back plays, Paul, when you got a chance to go ahead and run it inside with their big guys, maybe even make it 4-down territory. Instead, they have to settle for a field goal.
That was 13-7. Carolina's next possession. Delhomme looking for Steve Smith. but that is incomplete. Cowboys defense comes up big again. Panthers are forced to go 3 and out for the 4th consecutive time in the second half. Cowboys with the ball in the next possession. Romo short over the middle to Roy Williams. Turns it upfield and gains 26 yards. Again, he had 4 catches on the evening. A couple of plays later, Romo pressured by linebacker John Beeson. He is called for intentional grounding, and the Cowboys are forced to punt. Panthers next possession, 3rd play of that drive. 2nd and 2, Jake Delhomme looking off for Steve Smith, but picked off by Terrence Newman. That's his 2nd interception of the night, and that's points for the Cowboys. As we take another look, Delhomme and Steve Smith clearly, as they say, Charles, not on the same page here.
Yeah, Steve Smith Delhomme saw the slant that Steve Smith was starting to run, but Steve Smith felt like the slant was taken away and was trying to break it back outside, but the ball was already gone from Jake Delhomme. Interception, touchdown. That sealed things for Dallas.
Well, 0-3 in the bye week, John Fox had to positively visualize the way things started against Washington. It didn't start out that way. D'Angelo Williams fumbled the ball the first minute of the game. And then Jason Campbell finds Clinton Portis to give the Redskins an early 7-0 lead.
Good pocket presence by Jason. He escapes to the right. Easy dump off for the touchdown.
3 Panther possessions later, it's 14th play of the drive, 4th and goal. Brad Hoover goes across the plane according to the officials, but Jeff King is the one who emerges from the pile with the ball.
Hold on.
And London Fletcher's trying to tell the refs, listen, if it's 4th down, the only guy who can recover a fumble is the guy who fumbled it.
He knows the rule.
That would be Brad Hoover. And, well, let's get the explanation from Deputy Dog.
It was a 4th down play. 45 carried the ball. 47 recovered the ball in the end zone. Because of that rule, the ball goes over to Washington at the 1-yard line. That's right. The ball goes back to the spot of the fumble. First down.
London Fletcher knows the rule.
He does, but Julius Peppers knows how to
can't run laterally in the end zone.
Bounce
north and
south.
south.
Stay up in there.
So 2 plays later, the Panthers get 2 points, not 7. It's 10-2 in the 3rd quarter. Jake Delhomme is picked. Through behind Musa Muhammad. D'Angelo Hall takes it.
It's my boy.
Down to the 1.
Got to be careful what I say to my boy. I'm sorry.
Clinton Portis would score from there. 17-2 is the score. Next drive for the Panthers. This is a legal Jeff King touchdown.
Yeah, down 17-2. Here we come.
17-9 is the score. Then 17-12 in the 4th quarter. Jonathan Stewart untouched in the end zone.
Oh, great burst.
And the 2-point conversion works after that. And the Panthers have a late lead trying to get their first win of the season. Redskins are out of timeout.
Nice
Less
call.
than 2 minutes to go. Ooh, picks up the first down.
You gotta keep contained, D'Angelo. Keep contained, baby.
Did Delhomme just stutter step D'Angelo Hall?
Yeah, he did.
And the Panthers get their first win, and Jim Zorn has got to be back on the griddle
Yeah,
in Washington, D.C.
right.
Dan Snyder reported to be livid. Tampa Bay looking for its first win of the year, taking on a Panthers team that came off of its first win of the year this Sunday against one another. It's tied at 7, 20 ticks to go in the half. And Clifton Smith is leveled by Dante Wesley well before the ball is anywhere near him.
What is he thinking?
That's not good.
It's at least $25,000. Bang.
Earning flags, the scorn of the Buccaneers, and also earning him the gate. Ejected.
Well deserved.
Very rarely you see the thumb from the refs.
We can't have that in our game.
That was ignorant.
Wesley out, Smith leaving the game with a concussion. 3rd quarter, Panthers are up 14-7. It's the Daily Sunday Show with Jonathan Stewart.
These guys need to get back on track like they did a year ago.
26-yard touchdown. Panthers on top by 14, but we're showing the ensuing kickoff.
We only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons. Either it's a big play or a boo-boo.
It is the former, not the latter. Sammy Stroughter, 97 yards. Touchdown, Bucks make it a 1-touchdown game again. 4th quarter, that's your score. 3rd and 7 for the Panthers from their own 21. Jake Delhomme, don't do it. Tanard Jackson pick 6 to tie the game.
Ain't like this is first time doing it.
9 of 17, 65 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks for Delhomme.
Yeah, he's still starting.
All right, shake it off. Got to have amnesia.
So he does.
Well, he forgot his old childhood.
Well, what happened here is that's Steve Smith's first catch of the game.
He's mad.
And it was the only pass on a 16-play drive. Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams taking it home with 15 rushes.
Yeah, you got to do what you do best, and it's run the football.
Well, the question is, where has that been all year?
That's the Matrix.
267 yards of rushing.
We go to Carolina, where the Buffalo Bills attempted to make it 2 in a row on the road. First quarter, Panthers' third possession of the game. Jake Delhomme, don't do it.
Oh, my goodness. Come on, Jake.
Good decision, but just threw it too high.
Good decision.
Good decision. It was wide open, just threw it too high.
Yeah, wide open to the guy from the Bills.
That would be Jarius Byrd.
I know his daddy. He's got 5 picks.
Yeah, he's going to branch that.
And then 2 plays later, look at Marshawn Lynch literally walked it in.
It was called a walk-in.
He was strolling. He was ambling in.
He was singing in.
7-0. Next Bills possession, Fred Jackson is deep in his own end zone. Now he's still in his own end
How
zone.
do you line up 7 yards deep? And that's just stupid to me.
It's just where you line up on that.
That's a
single back
safety.
set.
That's a safety.
You don't do that. What a dive.
7-2 still. Late in the third quarter, Jake Delhomme.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
Okay, don't do it.
There's Jarius Byrd again.
He's going to branch that.
All rookie team.
Yeah.
And so the Bills trying to turn that pick into points in the fourth quarter. And second and goal from the 2, Ryan Fitzpatrick to Lee Evans.
Oh, he got that in there.
Oh, the cagey
Body
Dick
throw.
Duran's up 14-2 on the road, wearing sunglasses at night.
Still know who you are, Dick.
2 possessions later, Delhomme to Steve Smith.
Now, do that.
47 yards.
Sooner or later, this guy's going to get his.
3 plays later, 4th and 1 from the Bills 15. John Fox is going for it. He's going for it. He doesn't just get it, he gets all of it. D'Angelo Williams is the one who gets all of it.
This is what they do best. Run the football.
15-yard score, 17-9. Bills down just 1 possession. Bills just up 1 possession. Bills trying to eat some clock. 3rd and 2, trying to move the chains. Terrell Owens.
Run!
Go get it.
Doesn't make the first down. So the Bills have to punt, and we show you the punt because it's
either big play or
a boo-boo. Kenny Moore muffs it. The Bills pop on it, get a field goal, and that's the final score, 20-9. The Bills' season resurrected at 3-4. Carolina at the Arizona Cardinals. 2 old NFL Europe buddies out there. Jake Delhomme and Kurt Warner.
Humble beginnings.
Sharing a hug. Carolina, of course, you remember, was a team that had Arizona in their house in the playoffs last year and lost in decisive fashion. So Carolina started throwing it on them early. 15-play, 74-yard drive to open the game that took up darn near 10 minutes of action. Jonathan Stewart caps that, and then D'Angelo Williams is off to the races on the next possession.
Do what you do best, and that's run the football.
2 plays after that, here comes Jonathan Stewart again in the second quarter. The Panthers are up 14-7 in this game, with Stewart busting some tackles and going the other way.
Arizona's good against the run.
They were number 1 coming into
the Carolina Panthers said, we don't care.
Now, this is the league's top rush defense entering the game, and here's Stewart again. 195 rush yards for Carolina before halftime. Whoa. 2 plays later, Delhomme with a nice play to Steve Smith in the air.
Yeah, that's taking advantage of an aggressive corner. And watch what Steve Smith does. He's going to prime this thing.
Why is that?
You know, both of my kids, I talked to Steve Smith. Rogers Cromartie is my boy.
So he's a shout out to you?
He's sending us a message.
Delhomme, and a big pass right there. A week after people were calling for his benching. Kurt Warner had a very difficult half. Julius
Pay
Peppers,
that man right there.
He is getting paid.
makes it 28-7 Carolina. Next possession for the Cardinals. Warner's pass is tipped and picked.
Man,
This is Pick Sunday.
I thought the other guy was supposed to throw all those interceptions.
Cards next possession. Warner looking deep. And he is picked again.
No.
Sherrod Martin, that's 3 straight turnovers. The Cardinals are down by 21 points at the half. This is a week after they won in Giant Stadium for the whole country to see. Warner to Anthony Becht on 3rd and 1 midway through the third quarter. That's a big conversion because that sets up 3rd and goal. Ben Patrick touchdown. cuts the lead to just a 14-point deficit. Fourth quarter, first play of the Cardinals' next possession. It's another tip drill.
No.
Boy. Sherrod Martin with his second pick of the day, fourth of 5 Warner interceptions on the day. And then with 7.5 left in the contest, down by 10, Warner stripped by Julius Peppers. Tyler Brayton recovers. A brutal day at home for Kurt Warner and the Arizona Cardinals. They still lead the NFC West at 4-3. But Jake Delhomme with a big win in which he did not finish. He was taken to the hospital for a CT scan on his chest injury. The test showed that nothing was irregular. But you could see that Delhomme versus Warner, a very different performance. I guess both of them have nightmares every other game against one another, as you saw Delhomme in the playoffs last year. The Warner performance on Sunday, similar to that one. Coming into Sunday, the Panthers hadn't lost in the state of Louisiana in 7 straight games. You're kidding. I'm not kidding. Well, they got Jake Delhomme from the Bayou. They feel very comfortable there. Certainly when D'Angelo Williams is running like this.
Hand it to that guy.
Second play of the game.
This guy has been awesome the last month.
66 yards just like that a minute into the game, and the Panthers strike first. And the defense was doing its best to keep Drew Brees off balance. Drew Brees, midway through the first quarter, is rushed, falls loose. John Beeson picks it up. That led to another Williams touchdown, 14-0.
Not the character of the Saints.
But you knew that the Saints would
go marching in.
Start. Oh, yeah, come marching in. I like that.
Never
they
out
are
of the
marching
game.
in here until there's a bad snap.
Great heads-up play by Brees.
Forced to settle for a field goal. Next possession. All right, now they're inside the red zone. Now they're going to have
play
to score,
ball,
right? I mean, now the Brees is going. Oh boy. Chris Gamble.
Get to the sideline. Come on, Brees. Make him cut back. Make him cut back, Brees. Where are you? See? There you go.
Panthers got another 3 points out of that. 10 points off the turnovers. Up 17-6 in the Superdome at the half. Second half. Different story.
Yeah.
You got to stop the bleeding. And here we go.
Brees to Devery Henderson off to the races.
Making adjustments at halftime, Coach. Yep.
Knocked out by Chris Gamble at the 10, 63-yard play.
Hustle, Mr. Gamble.
Next play, Pierre Thomas.
Great blocking, big fella.
46-second drive, 4 plays, 80 yards. Panthers now only lead by 4. It's a 20-13 lead. 3rd and 5. Brees to Robert Meacham.
What a great catch.
Last play of the third quarter ties the game, 54 yards. We're tied at 20. How about Brees?
Yeah. You and Mr. Cool.
What's he doing?
Checking off, baby. Checking off, saying, pick him up. I'm going to hit this seam right here. I'll take that.
Wow.
6.
Time after time after time.
That's a field general right there. Fourth quarter, tied at 20 from his own end zone to Pierre Thomas. Out of the end zone. 17-yard gain.
Carolina got to tackle better.
7 plays later, they're on the plus side of the field. Brees to Meacham again. This led to a John Carney go-ahead field goal. Saints on top, 23-20 again in a game, which they were trailing 14-0. And for the third straight game, the defense chimes in with 6. D'Angelo Williams fumbles. Anthony Hargrove, what a story for him and the Saints, who scored 30 points. And they are now 8-0 for the first time in team history. They didn't trail in any of their first 5 games this season, but that doesn't matter. They're down by 2 touchdowns at home, down by 2 touchdowns at the road. They lead the whole game. They don't lead any part of the game until the game is over and they're winning. They're 8-0 on NFL Network when Week 11 kicks off in Carolina, where the Atlanta Falcons were Week 10 NFL Game Day Sunday. D'Angelo Williams is questionable coming to this game. He most certainly did not appear to be the case in the game.
Answer the question. Yeah, that's the answer right there.
28-yard spinorama down to the 5, with the Panthers already up 7-3. 3 plays later, Jake Delhomme to Steve Smith. Where's this been all year?
Good location with the ball. Let that guy go and make plays.
He is good.
Jake Delhomme. He was calling a lot of his own plays in a no huddle in this game, saying he felt extremely comfortable. Here's Michael Turner ripping one down the middle of the field for 22 yards. However, he 8 plays later gets 10 more and comes up limping with what may be the dreaded high ankle sprain.
Serious blow for the Atlanta Falcons.
It is. He had 111 yards going. Good game going on. This is going to hurt him.
Tests coming on Monday. He left the game with 111 rush yards right in the middle of the first half. 5 plays later, it's Jason Snelling taking his spot.
Great play call, Coach.
Yeah, I like that play. You little fake a dive, and you flip it out there and let him rip.
14-10, Carolina on top. Panthers ball, 2 possessions later, a minute 12 to go. Jake Delhomme to Steve Smith right before halftime.
That's a nice tight fit. Now, Jake Delhomme hasn't turned it over in 3 games, Rich.
Jake Delhomme?
Yeah, Jake Delhomme.
21-10, Carolina's up fast. Steve Smith was dinged up. He would return. 21-13 from the Carolina 3, 4th and 1, and Mike Smith's Falcons are going for it.
Why not?
It's Ryan rolling out to Justin Peel.
It's easy.
21-19. What does the chart say, Steve?
I don't know. What do you think it should say?
Go for 2.
Good.
Falcons line up from the 2. Go for 2.
Come on,
Jason
get it
Snelling,
in,
but the Panthers
that's good defense.
Snell this one out.
Gamble.
You might think that's a little
21-19.
early to do that, huh? 13 minutes?
21-19 still. Matt Ryan and Roddy White. It's complete. Is Chris gambled on it. Gambled. Sounds like a turkey. White down to the Panthers 26. 3 plays later, Matt Ryan sneaks it from 3rd and 1. Falcons challenge, but the ruling on the field stands at shy. The first down, Jason Elam for the go-ahead kick. Noonan.
It's like he stutters.
Oh, boy.
From 34 yards away, he missed the go-ahead kick, but
Keep playing. Here we go.
Following a punt, here come the Falcons again. Matt Ryan is picked.
Happy birthday to you.
Richard Marshall with the pick. 12 interceptions on the year for Ryan. Now that's one more than all of his rookie year last year. And 3 plays after that, here comes Jonathan Stewart running downhill.
This is their 1-2 punch now. D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart, the best 1-2 punch in the league.
You could call it a 2-banger. The Panthers win it 28-19. Hi, I'm Rich Eisen, joined by Steve Mariucci, Deion Sanders, and Marshall Falk. For the second straight week, the NFL Network game came to an end in the end zone with no time left on the clock. Joey Porter, after a 1-game absence,
is well rested.
He is well rested.
Showed up to play. That's a man
Steve
right
Smith
there.
showing off about, a fender bender he got into in a game.
He was okay.
He was okay, as shown on just the second play of the opening drive. Steve Smith from Jake Delhomme, 10 yards, as Smith was chewing up the youngsters on the edges in the secondary for the Miami Dolphins. But Joey Porter bags himself some Delhomme to stop the drive.
That sequence of plays in the red zone for the Carolina Panthers ended in a sack by Joey Porter.
They had to settle for a field goal, 3-0, and it turned out to be one of the best drives of the game for Carolina. 4 possessions later for the Dolphins, midway through the second quarter. Here's Brian Hartline from Chad Henne in Michigan to Ohio State week right there. 4 plays later, 3rd and 16 from the Carolina 33, and Lex Hilliard picks it up with Ronnie Brown out of the mix. His first career carry, Lex Hilliard, with a huge first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9. Henne to Ricky Williams, who eludes Niall Diggs, and he's in the end zone.
Great
Touchdown.
route by Ricky Williams. He's not only can run out of the backfield, but he can catch as well.
Dolphins up 7-3, and then the next possession after a 3-and-out by Carolina facing 3rd and 6. The Henne to Devon Bess, who is a chain-moving machine tonight, moves the chains with a nice grab on 3rd down. And then 4 plays later, 2nd and goal to one Ricky with his first career game with a receiving and rushing touchdown. Dolphins up 14-3 at the half, 3rd quarter, first possession of the second half for the Carolina Panthers. And here is D'Angelo Williams running through a hole and gone for 50 yards.
Great blocking by Steve Smith right there.
Boy, this kid is explosive. I mean, you put the ball in his hands, and short run turns to long game.
3 plays later, 3rd and 3. Jake Delhomme wants to snap the ball, but the umpire standing over the ball. He wanted to snap it because the Dolphins were changing personnel. He wanted to catch him with too many men on the field, so the umpire then backs off the ball. Jake Delhomme then gets the snap and then throws an interception.
Thank you.
Too deep man under, and he just didn't get over the trailing
Don't make excuses.
Why is the umpire standing over the ball real quick?
That's good mechanics by the officiating. Good mechanics.
That's
Let
the
him
new
substitute, yes.
14-3, Jake DeLome back at it. Here's D'Angelo Williams underneath, makes the edge. Nice play right there. And Steve Smith with a great block of Channing Crowder. 5 plays later, we're in the fourth quarter. 3rd and goal from the 8. DeLome sacked by Randy Starks. 4 sacks in the night for the Dolphins defense. Panthers forced to settle for another field goal. It's 14-6 now. 6 minutes to go. Panthers have the ball back. Jake DeLome scrambles up the middle.
Do it yourself, Jake.
To the Miami 37. 3 plays and a pass interference later. It's 2nd and 5 for the Miami 27, and DeLome up top to Steve Smith. Nice grab. One-handed corral in the end zone. Touchdown.
And that's what you want to see from Jake DeLong. Him hooking up with Steve Smith. Great play.
D'Angelo Williams converts on the 2-point conversion. It's just a 1 field goal game with 5 minutes and change to go. Dolphins, can they go 3 and out? The Panthers have them right where they want them. 3rd play on 3rd and 12. And Chad Henne extends the play and finds Devon Best for a huge first down.
Hey, if you're the Carolina Panthers right there, you just have to blame it on the Henne.
Put on the Henne.
6 receptions for 66 yards for Best, and then the next play, Ricky's running free and wild, 46 yards and gone.
It's a 9-man front, and he pops into the second level, and see ya. He's hard to tackle, especially if you try to tackle him high.
Panthers are stunned. What do you think of Ricky Williams running in place of Ronnie Brown, 119 yards and 3 touchdowns?
This is exactly what they needed. The thing that I like about it, Bill Parcells went to him and said, trust the guys in front of you, and we saw that. The patience from Ricky Williams, man, he did a great job.
But the Dolphins had to give the ball back. The Panthers used their remaining timeouts. Lex Hilliard is stopped on 3rd down, 39 ticks to go. Can Jake DeLome pull off the miracle? First play with 39 ticks to go. DeLome over the middle, out of timeouts. Gary Barnidge with a 29-yard gain to the Miami 43. They have to run up and clock it. They do just that. 20 ticks to go from the Miami 43. DeLome to Barnidge again, 17 yards. Have to get up to the 26 and clock it. The Panthers do just that with 6 seconds to go. One last shot at the end zone from the 26. DeLome, pressure with just 4-man rush. He's got to put it up. And he's knocked down by Tyrone Culver. And that's the way the Miami Dolphins hold on to win and officially dig themselves out of an 0-3 hole to start the season to even their record after 10 games at 5-5. Carolina had a similar opportunity tonight, could not do it, as Jake DeLome hummed it around the yard for 42 attempts. That's the 2nd most attempts on the year for DeLome. D'Angelo Williams with 13 rushes, 122 yards. That led the Carolina offensive effort, but it was all about Ricky Williams. And on 3rd down, Chad Henne converted out of his skull. Jet team, this game against Carolina featured 30 combined interceptions from the starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's back too.
30. So you knew it wouldn't be long until we saw an interception.
You got that
it was
right.
the Panthers' opening possession when we saw the first one, as the ball bounces right to Darrelle Revis off the heels of Steve Smith, the intended receiver. That's an easy pick 6 for one of the top corners in the game. What happened?
That's the way the ball bounces.
What happened?
No, it looks like I don't.
Steve's not looking for the ball.
Well, why is it a hot?
Because they're blitzing off the corner, off the slot, and they're just going to escort him, and the quarterback's not going to make that play.
Oh, boy. Second quarter, Jets up 7-3. DeLome looking for Steve Smith, but there's that man Revis again.
Good player now. They're going to stick in with the best receiver.
He erased Steve Smith from the game.
Jake DeLome helped.
Much was made in the New York market about Kerry Rhodes not starting, getting benched, but he was a factor. He was benched for the first time in his career, and he gets his first interception of the season.
I can't comment.
I don't think he's done yet.
On Jake.
5 plays later, here's Thomas. Well, can't you comment on Jake?
I can't
It's your
because
job to comment.
I don't want to sound like I'm hating. I don't.
Fourth quarter, Panthers still down 14-3. Jake DeLome throws this one to Steve Smith, who comes down with it. It's called a touchdown. Rex Ryan is a red handkerchief. He decides to throw it or flip it, what have you. And when you're going down, you can't have the ball shift on your chest when you're out of bounds, and that's what
We had a shift. We had a shift on our chest.
We had
It was a good call.
a shift. 2 possessions later,
I can't say nothing, Coach.
it's another pick for Kerry Rhodes.
Please, Coach, say it for me.
Yeah, he's got nice range back there. He didn't start this game for whatever reason, but he had 2 picks.
He didn't want you to
he
comment
didn't
on Kerry
say that,
Rhodes.
yeah.
He wanted you to comment on Jake Delhomme. Now with Geico sending a coach him up, comment on Darrelle Revis for us.
Yeah,
please.
Darrelle Revis, the third-year player out of Pitt now. He made the Pro Bowl last year for a reason. Look at opportunistic. This is the hot now, Prime. The ball hits Steve Smith in the heel and pops up to Darrelle Revis, and now he's got an escort. Be at the right place at the right time. Very opportunistic. 67-yard touchdown, interception, return, and he's just getting started. Now he's going to go one-on-one on Steve Smith. He always takes the best receiver. He's getting physical, a little bit down the beyond the line of scrimmage here, but he locates the football. He's going to play the ball, little arm bar, he gets away with it. Now go up and catch it at its highest point. Excellent job, sheltering his body with Steve Smith. He makes his second pick of the game, 4th on the season. Now he's out here. Brian, look at this, will you? He's out here on Steve Smith. It's a run. Here comes D'Angelo Williams. He does not make a business decision. He's going to come up and make a tackle for a 1-yard gain. You see that? That's why he made the Pro Bowl last year. That's a coach him up.
Oh, yeah. Raheem Morris. Call it play. Come on, get into it.
We're starting with the third quarter.
Wake up, Coach.
10-6. Antonio Brown had a day.
Nice location with that throw. Josh Freeman.
116 yards receiving.
He's been balling. Watch the concentration, the focus, and the balance.
But if they were in the red zone, that meant Josh Freeman was doing a lot of this. First and goal, John Beeson. Gimme pick.
He threw it to them, but you know what? This kid's going to be a good player.
Just not today.
Well, he will be.
Well, Carolina muffed a punt later on. I mean, the Bucs had so many opportunities. Down 13-6. There's that man Beeson.
Yes, not today.
4th quarter, Bucs on the Carolina 3 with 10 and change to go.
Keep swinging it.
Instead of kicking the field goal to go down 3, they throw it. 5 interceptions for Freeman. Those 5 interceptions only led to 9 Carolina points, so the Bucs had so many opportunities. The Panthers win in Matt Moore's first start of the year. New England trying to stay in front of the both 7-6 Jets and Patriots to try and snap their first 2-game losing streak in 3 years. And would you believe, first drive, it's a 4th down situation.
And you know what he's going to do. What new?
Sammy Morris gets stuffed.
That's okay. That's what we do. We go for it on 4th down.
You have him talking now. It's your influence, Dion. 2 possessions later, Tom Brady throws his 5th interception in the last 3 games. Right over Randy Moss, and what are they talking about?
He said Moss at least turned into a cornerback. That's a horrible throw, I think.
Second play of the Panthers' ensuing drive. Matt Moore getting the start up top to Steve Smith.
Oh, the
got
game
him.
plan. Throw it deep to Steve.
Now do me. Yeah.
On prime time.
Yes, he is.
Randy Moss, when we're looking at him, thinking I guess he should have broken up that or something.
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
Well, Tom Brady down 7-0, throws to Moss. He fumbles. Dan Connor recovers on the ensuing drive after that touchdown by Steve Smith. Belichick looks cold, but after a pass interference on the next Patriots possession, sets him up inside the 10. Kevin Falk calms some of the nervousness that was growing in Gillette to tie the game. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Tom Brady begins to connect with Wes Welker, who gets lit up.
Get up.
4th player in NFL history with 100 or more receptions in 3 straight seasons. Wow.
That's a man.
9 plays later, Wes Welker sure got up, and he's running free over the middle. 23-yard gain.
He can work open. He's great against zones. He sits in there. He runs against man. He does it all.
This turned into a 13-play drive. 3rd and goal. Brady finds Ben Watson, and the Patriots are up 14-7 in a game. As you saw, they were trailing for much of the first half. 96-yard play took 96-yard drive took 7 and change off the clock. Later on, Randy Moss on a slant. Can't corral him. After John Casey field goal made it 14-10. Patriots eventually went down the field and made it a field goal, make it a 1-touchdown game, 17-10. Chris Hansen gets run into by Everett Brown.
You can't make those types of mistakes.
Against the New England Patriots, right? And that led to a Patriots field goal in 2010. Here's another 4th down situation. They're going for it here with 2 minutes to go. That wrapped it up as Lawrence Maroney. The Patriots win by the final of 20-10, so they do stay a game in front of the 7-6 Miami Dolphins and 7-6 New York Jets. The Patriots are on the road at the Buffalo Bills next week. as you take a look at the schedules between these three teams that are within one game of each other. The Dolphins and Patriots both have a combined 18-21 record in front of them, while thanks to the Colts and Bengals being on the Jets record, that is a big, fat combined opponents of 28-11, the combined record of remaining opponents for the Jets, who essentially have to win out and still even get some help because the tiebreakers just aren't going their way. But they're still in the hunt at 7-6 in the AFC East. So when the Saints went down on our network on Saturday night, that opened a big door up on a Sunday night for Percy Harvin, who's active, and the Minnesota Vikings in Carolina against Matt Moore, the backup, in his third start of the season. He may not be the backup for long when he's converting on third downs like this to Musa Muhammad in the scoreless game in the middle of a 15-play, 8-minute drive capped off by this nifty toss to wide open
in the flat. Everybody runs that play. It should have been covered easily.
But the Panthers missed the extra point. It's just 6-0. 2 possessions later for Minnesota, still scoreless with 5 and change to go in the half. There's Sidney Rice
shooting in the second window, coach.
Down to the 4-yard line. And the next play, it's time for Adrian Peterson.
Okay, the first effort.
Impersonal.
Second effort. Third effort.
Look at that guy.
I think we need to see that again.
Sure. Here it is.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Little spin. Little be your own blocker. Oh, yeah.
So the Vikings score to go up 7-6. That's your score at the half. That's your score in the third quarter, by the way. Panthers with the ball with 20 ticks left in that quarter.
But Matt Moore has the ball.
Look out. Up to Steve Smith. Only problem is there's a flag down in the backfield. And that guy looks like Monk, doesn't he?
He does.
USA Network.
Pete Morelli?
Well, Pete Morelli or Tony Shalhoub called holding.
That is a hold.
That's a good hold. That's a great play.
Hey, you got to protect your quarterback, keep him healthy.
So it's still 7-6. 3rd and 26 for the Panthers. No matter, go right back to Steve Smith.
It looked like good coverage, but Antoine Winfield slipped, and Steve Smith plays big.
How about that?
Nice concentration. Steve Smith, man, one-on-one, he's a beast.
Antoine Winfield falls down. What's he saying?
You can't cover me. It's all day.
I think he was saying, well, Steve did a coach him up on Winfield last week, and that's the kiss of death.
Yeah.
More on the 2-point conversion. Can't convert to his namesake.
And he's throwing that away.
A wide-open Kenneth Moore. And it's still a 12-7 game to the Vikings. Next possession, 3rd and 12. Favre avoids the sacks.
Get out of there.
On his feet.
It should have been in the grass.
And he finds Visante Shanko, who can't hold on.
He's hanging out over the middle. He couldn't hang on.
Good job. That was a great escape by Brett.
It was a great escape, for sure. 3rd and 4, Matt Moore.
Can't guard
Steve Smith.
Somebody's got to tackle this guy.
All day.
Down inside the 5.
It's like a tailback.
Steve Smith, what a play. Jonathan Stewart. I'll tell you what, it's been 36 games since a running back ran for over 100 yards against the Vikings, and Stewart did it on Sunday Night Football. 19-7, Panthers on top. This game's slipping away.
The game's running the ball right down their throat.
Look, they're gassed.
Williams is out.
And then the offense couldn't sustain a drive, so Matt Moore gets it back. He's rolling out. He's dangerous on 3rd and 9.
Away from the Rhinestone Cowboys. Great game plan.
Brad Childress decides to challenge that Smith was out of bounds. Play stood as called, though, so it's a timeout and a challenge gone for Minnesota. Moore just tosses it up to Gary Barnidge, who makes a play.
Somebody's got to make a tackle.
Great block by Steve Smith.
Barnidge goes for the double nickel down to the 5-yard line. And then 3 plays later, it is Matt Moore with D'Angelo Williams out for much of this game with an ankle injury. No big whoop. Matt Moore with his 3rd touchdown pass of the night.
Yeah, he made a real strong case tonight that he wants to be the quarterback over there.
Case.
Dion, your thoughts?
Yeah, CSI made a case with that other quarterback.
26-7 is the score. Favre with only his 2nd red zone pick of the year to essentially wrap it up. And that is another Sunday Night Football loss for the Minnesota Vikings, who fall to 11-3, meaning New Orleans now just needs a lone home win next week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they do not have to go anywhere except the Carolina Panthers for Week 17, and potentially for them, South Florida for the Super Bowl. We're going to go through the entire NFC East playoff picture for you, starting with the first game of the day involving an NFC East team. The Giants in their final game in Giants Stadium taking on the Carolina Panthers, coming off that huge win on Monday night against the Washington Redskins, coming in with a whole bunch of momentum, and they score first. Steve Smith puts the Giants on top 7-0, except for the fact that Madison Hedgecock back in the pocket. The fullback is called for holding, taking points off the board.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call there, Prime.
Yeah, the hands on the outside. This is a takedown. This is a wrestling move.
And then 3 plays later, Eli Manning to Mario Manningham on 3rd and long, converts the first down. If only Manningham had held onto the ball. That's a catch fumble. And the Panthers get the first points of the game as that led to a John Casey field goal. It's 3-0 in the second quarter. Matt Moore, what a job he's done.
Love him.
Where did he come from? This guy's hot.
3rd and 6.
He ain't going back.
To Steve Smith picks it up. And then 3 plays later, what a day for Jonathan Stewart with D'Angelo Williams inactive. Stewart ran for 206 yards, the most a Giants team has given up since 1978. And, yeah, that was Steve Smith opening the gate.
Steve Smith is a complete player. Not only catches the ball downfield through traffic, but he also blocks as well.
We saw Jonathan Stewart do this last week against the Vikings, this week against the Giants.
10-0 Panthers now. Next drive, Musa Muhammad, touchdown.
Little veteran
10
push-off.
for 15 on 3rd downs. Coach, where has this quarterback been?
Justin Tuck wants a $5 footlong. Giants ensuing drive. Oh, boy. Richard Marshall picks off the Eli Manning pass. Panthers setting up shop on the Giants 29. 4 plays later, 3rd and 11. And who picks it up? Mike Goodson.
Look at the blocking downfield.
Panthers were 8 for 10 on 3rd downs in the first half. And then 2 plays later, Jeff King is wide open.
Running the football, all your play action stuff should be good.
24-0. Panthers laying it on the Giants. This is a must-win game for the Giants.
It's a wrap.
LT and the rest of the old Giant greats are there to send off Giant Stadium with a bang, and instead, Matt Moore to Steve Smith ruins the party. Smith broke his arm on this play.
And he broke the Giants' back as well.
He shoots that post in there, puts it on the chest. What a great throw and catch.
40-burger the Panthers lay on the Giants. Wow. Tom Coughlin was beside himself.
To have what was potentially at stake for our team and to be playing at home, coming off a big win. Carolina had a big win last weekend, but did not have a chance to be in the playoffs. And for us to play the way we did today, there's obviously no excuse for it.
They respect this place enough to come out and get a win the last game in Giant Stadium. They won it bad, which I don't know how that happens. And when they have nothing to play for, we have it all to play for, which is the playoffs and last game in stadium and so on and so forth. And we went out and gave it away.
I don't know, man. I didn't. What did I play 5 snaps today? I don't know. I don't know what happened, man. I thought I was the problem. But it's an unbelievable situation, man. Last game in Giant Stadium, probably as a Giant, and just the way everything has unfolded, it's been unbelievable to me. I never would have dreamt this in a million years.
The New Orleans Saints deactivated or made a 3rd quarterback out of Drew Brees on the day against the Carolina Panthers, who had an active Jonathan Stewart. Boy, howdy. A 67-yard run to the house.
He can run.
You know, he personally closed down Giant Stadium last week. And then with this 8-yard carry we're about to show you, he goes over the 1,100-yard rushing mark for the season, does Jonathan Stewart, giving Carolina 2 such rushes. First team to ever have a duo over 1,100 yards, Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, who was deactivated himself.
And Steve Smith. And you're at home for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the thing. They started slow. They finished very, very strong.
Well,
You mean they ain't start like that?
They had some ball security issues early on in the season. You like that?
I love that.
Matt Moore on 4th down is going to go for Matt
Moore. Coulda, woulda,
Dwayne
and shoulda
Jarrett.
been had Matt Moore.
Steve?
Yeah, you never know.
A comment?
You never know.
Get off the fence!
This is a man who played Joey Harrington forever and a day.
It wasn't his choice.
That's what I'm saying. Steve?
Not my choice, Rich.
I wish you were on camera, man. Dwayne Jarrett with the touchdown right there. Julius Peppers picks off Mark Brunell. It could be his last game as a Panther. Who knows? Panthers started 0-3. They finished 8-8. The Saints are the first #1 seed since the current playoff format in 1990 to enter the playoffs on a 3-game losing streak. They're one of 7 teams in the Super Bowl era to enter the playoffs with a 3-game losing streak.